Hello everyone, so if you've seen part 1 of my review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where I basically talk about my expectations and the non-spoilers, and if you've seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you are free to watch this, but if you haven't, go check out that video. I'll leave it somewhere up here if you could potentially see it, and it would also be linked in the description below to check it out. So with that being said, let's get right to it. Alrighty, so first off, we're going to be talking about some of the things that I didn't like in this movie. Now, obviously, like I did said, this is spoilers, so for some reason, if you're at this part in the video, what the hell are you doing? Leave now. So, anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, so one of the things that I didn't really care for in this movie that I liked in this movie, which was kind of weird, because like I said, this movie has me a little torn because it met my expectations, but it didn't. It gave me what I wanted, but also didn't at the same time. But, so anyhow, was the Illuminati. The Illuminati was one of the things that I didn't really like in this movie, but I also did in the same way. Now, for one, it gave us John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, which was a fan casting for the character, which was really cool, and I loved seeing that return. And I found out that the character who plays Black Bolt in this movie was the same guy who was in that apparently very terrible ABC Inhuman series, which I thought was also cool at the same time as well, because it kind of gives that character redeeming, I guess. That's what I've heard some people say. But some of the other members of the Illuminati just kind of fell flat for me. For one, Captain Carter and Captain Marvel, both of those characters really fell flat for me. And one of the major problems that I had with this movie, not only did they die within like 3 seconds, they also didn't get a lot of screen time, but they acted the same. They all acted the same. The only two characters that were kind of standouts was obviously Patrick Stewart as X-Men 97's like Charles Xavier, and John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. Those were the only two characters that really stood out to me besides Black Bolt, Captain Carter, or Moto, I can't remember his freaking name. I don't know. This guy right here on the screen. And Captain Marvel. Those were the only four characters from the Illuminati that I just didn't really care about in this movie. And yeah, like I said, they die within 3 seconds. And yes, it makes sense because they're going against the Scarred Witch. But these are supposed to be the smartest people in their Earth, which is Earth 838. So, and also it was actually pretty cool because they did confirm that our universe is 616, which is also cool. So anyway, that was only the real major problems that I had with this movie. And the other problem that I had in this movie is that the film doesn't really give any character growth towards Doctor Strange. It's not really his movie in a sort of sense. It's like a sequel to WandaVision, but it's a origin story for America Chavez, which, yeah, it makes sense for that. And not only that, and you have Doctor Strange, and it's a sequel to Doctor Strange and No Way Home at the same time. Like, it's a sequel to WandaVision, Loki, What If, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange, and an origin movie at the same time. So it's kind of, there's a lot going on with this movie, but those were the I really liked it. I really liked seeing the Illuminati and everything, and I kind of wanted more screen time. That was also one thing I didn't really like. So, okay, so yes, I do like the Illuminati. I thought it was a really nice addition to the movie, and yeah, it did slow things down a bit because there was a lot going on. Obviously, this movie does have a pacing issue, which I believe I mentioned in part 1. So let's talk about the things that I did like. So one of the concepts that I liked about this movie was the idea of dreamwalking, which is used in the Darkhold that Scarlet Witch actually uses to actually find out where Doctor Strange and America Chavez is by literally possessing a body of her in another universe where she has kids to fight to steal American Chavez to kind of like transport to this universe, which was a really neat concept. And we also see Doctor Strange use this as well, and that's how he gets control of the zombie Strange, which is basically just Defender Strange but dead in this movie, and how he gets the third eye in this movie as well. And I thought that was a really unique concept, and how they use like the concept of the multiverse is basically our dreams and that kind of stuff, which I do like that concept as well. It's kind of cool. as well. There's a lot of neat things that I liked in this movie, such as the idea of dreamwalking, like basically saying dreamwalking is like seeing your dreams. Okay, so I believe that the cast in this movie did phenomenal. Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Scarlet Witch, Wanda, in this movie is phenomenal. Is truly the star of the show. This is pretty much your season 2 of WandaVision. Benedict Cumberbatch, honestly, again, I can never see anybody else playing this character. I haven't said this on my channel before, but I've told other people that I can literally see no one else playing this character, and he just does a phenomenal job. Wong in this movie is phenomenal. I love him. He's great. American Chavez is a great addition, and I'm kind of curious to see where they take her from here on out. I wasn't a huge fan of the character just because of the fact of where she kind of stands in the whole realm of things. I didn't really care about that, but excluding that part of it, with her being a part of the LGBTQ community, I do love the concept of her character, and I love the actress who plays her in this movie. I think that she did a phenomenal job, and I love the character her in this movie, and I'm kind of curious to see where she's going to be at in the future. So anyway, let's get into the outro. Alrighty, so with that being said, I'm going to give out my final thoughts of this movie. Since I didn't do it in the previous video, I figured I would do it in this one. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. This is, in my opinion, one of the best Marvel movies, probably within top 15 of my favorite Marvel movies of all time. I really like this movie. I love the horror aspect with it. I love what they did with Wanda as the Scarlet Witch. I can't wait to see what they do with her character. I can't wait to see how powerful Doctor Strange is going to be in the future after Doctor Strange 3. And I really love the way that they set up this movie to give us the next Avengers movie, which, for those of you who don't know, this movie pretty much not only sets up Fantastic Four by Doctor Strange mentioning that the Fantastic Four was a thing in the 60s, and not only that, it also sets up the event of Secret Wars, which was rumored to be worked on by the Russo brothers, so I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, that is it for this video. I love the movie. I love I like one post-credit scene more than the other, and that is the second post-credit scene where the guy's punching his face for 3 weeks, and he goes, haha, it's over, and everything, basically saying, hey, the movie's over, there's nothing else. And so I really like that. I love the horror, I love the characters. Wish there was more. So anyway, with that being said, peace out.